Hi, this is Mike making a YouTube video. It's December 2nd, 2023, 6:30 a.m. And, basically, I'm talking about manifestation, basically magic, and how to manifest miracles. These miracles can come in the form of monetary things, money, material items, people you want to meet, places you want to go, things that you want to have take place. So anyway, I've manifested all kinds of stuff in my life. I can't even count it all. It's beyond that. It's beyond measure. And I've manifested major miracles in my life. But anyway, I'm just talking about the procedural things that are necessary in order to do magic. So anyway, basically what you do is you take you turn all your sexual functions, desires, and you channel them towards your mental things instead. You don't want to waste all your magical energy and put it in a napkin. You don't want to. You don't want to do that. You don't want to. Basically, chase after, sexual endeavors. And if you're planning on manifesting money, you can't serve both sexual things and money. They just don't jive. And of course, that could be said. You can't serve both God and mammon. So if you want miracles, you can't serve both that and money. And if you want money, you can't serve both money and women. So it goes from money to women to miracles. So money and women to miracles, or just women or just money. Well, so you know what I mean? you can't have too many irons in the fire, and you basically have to channel your energy and focus thought. So clear intent, you have to make your intentions clear, and you have to have clear intent, focus thought, believe that all things are possible, believe that there's pure potential in everything, every event, and infinite possibilities you got to believe in. And anyway, you have to have a lot of energy. Your vibrations. So if you're a low vibrator, and everything's kind of in a default state, so you go into default mode and you keep everything low, things are just going to be in a default state, and you're going to receive things, but they're not going to be major things. So as you raise your energies, the higher your energies are, in fact, I've produced some of the most major miracles in my life, and by having major amounts of energy, and I have that channeled thought, with the major amounts of energy. So let's say you just let's say you had $1 million check given to you, and you put it in the bank, and you got to wait a week for it to clear. So you put it in the bank, and then for that whole week you're walking on cloud nine, and then more synchronistic events happen during that week, on top of the fact that you're going to get that $1 million because you feel so good, and the vibrations are such that you're in a receiving mode. So you have to be in a receiving mode, but you have to also give to receive. You reap what you sow. So you can't give 2 cents and expect to get $1 million. It just doesn't work that way. The universe will meet you at the level that you're willing to give. If you give up, let's say $100,000 or whatever, the universe will, throughout time, make up for that $100,000. In fact, it usually gives you tenfold. So anyway, you have to have a lot of energy, and your vibrations have to be equal to whatever that thing is that you want. So, like, let's say you live in the end, and then you live like you've already received it, and you live like you're happy and you're content with the smaller things in life, and you're always in a good mood, and you believe that all things will happen, all things are possible. And then, of course, you get what you give. So, a lot of people say, gimme, gimme, gimme to the universe. Well, the universe says right back at them, gimme, gimme, gimme. So, it's kind of like a mirrored reflection of what you do. Or what you think, what your intentions are. So, if you give out things and you give things throughout your life, you'll get things back. And God doesn't like partial sacrifices. He doesn't. He wants you to be the perfect sacrifice, but he wants you to give everything you've got. It might cost you everything for that pearl of wisdom. But the thing is that pearl of wisdom usually means a major miracle, or a small miracle sometimes, depending on what you give. But that miracle, is that wisdom. It heals your mind. That's what miracles do, is they heal your mind. And they collapse the wave function, and then like one miracle can answer 10 questions that you've had for many years. And they heal your mind. So you might have all these gaps in your thought process, and you might have a miracle happen here, here, and here. And then once all these miracles happen, then what they do is they connect all the dots, and then you have this clear, concise operating system that's complete. And that's what Jesus says, strive to be complete. So when you have miracles happen, they complete your thought process, they heal your mind, and you no longer are hitting that brick wall trying to figure things out. So all those things take place, and then you become healed from the inside out. So anyway, like I say, you have to have clear intentions, focused thought, pure potential, infinite possibilities, the law of least effort. Take the least amount of steps to do something. You don't have to jump through too many hoops. And sometimes you can just do one thing, one decision, one small thing, and it can change the whole paradigm shift, and it completely change your life. So once the genie gets let out of the bottle, you can't put it back in. So my reality is so much different than a lot of people's, and a lot of times they say you're crazy, or they can't connect with you and they can't relate with you. And the reason being is that my reality is so much different. So, here I am, sometimes, with much wisdom comes much sadness, sorrow. And the reason being is, once you're aware of a lot of things, you hit this, this wall. And it's like, I have this crisis, where you feel like you've done everything and there's nothing else to do. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's not so much a wall, but it's just like you feel like you've done everything and there's nothing else to do. And sometimes ignorance is bliss, and sometimes people are like that. They can't they can't grasp everything, and God will never give you more than you can handle. So the universe will meet you at the level that you're willing to be met at. It'll give you whatever you can handle, and if you can't handle it, it'll be taken away from you. So if you have kids and you're abusive to your kids, the kids will be taken away from you. Or if you have something very valuable and you don't want to take care of it, it'll be taken away from you. So he who is faithful in little is faithful in much. So if I can be trusted with something small, I can be trusted with something large. So that's really how it works. So anyway, there's sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. You have to give up a lot of things. A lot of times, Buddha left his kid behind, and he left his wife behind, and he walked away from everything. And so did the disciples. They left everything behind and to follow Jesus. So in order to find miracles and to find that your true calling in life, sometimes you have to take the Etch-a-Sketch and erase it and lose all your knowledge, and you have to basically clean out the cup so it can be filled. Empty out the cup so it can be filled. And you have to walk away from your family, your friends. You have to lose your job. You have to lose everything you have as far as your ego goes. So you have to annihilate the ego. And when you annihilate the ego and you lose everything, when you walk away from everything and you give away everything, you give away all your money, you give away all your possessions, and then what's left is major miracles. And then, of course, you have these major miracles that heal your mind. And then, of course, along with that, you seek the kingdom of heaven first, and everything will be added to you. So you leave everything behind, you walk away from everything, and you walk towards the kingdom of heaven, wherever that is. It's in front of your face, you just don't see it. But anyway, what happens is these beautiful things happen. Colors change, sounds change, your hearing gets better, your sight gets better, you feel better, you feel light and healthy, and you're happy. And then, of course, major miracles happen that blow your mind. So anyway, there's that. And you have to be determined, and you have to keep trying. You never give up, and you never stop ceasing as far as praying goes. You never stop asking. Ask, seek, and knock, and it'll be open to you. And seek and you'll find it, and ask and be given to you. So you keep doing that, and then, of course, determination, sacrifice, discipline. You have to have a routine. You're disciplined with that routine, and you never give up on it. And then, I think that pretty much sums everything up. But I've done major miracles in my life, both black magic and white magic. And I ain't kidding you. I've done everything, and I've had everything, and I've done everything, and I've been everything. And I actually became like God. Had the Godhead, idea, and I became like God, and I was able to have power over people, power over material things, physical objects, and of course, I've made millions in my life, and I've had all kinds of education, and I've had all kinds of women, and so anyway, and I was incredibly strong, incredibly smart, far beyond genius IQ, and you just simplify everything. And of course, God's foolishness is greater than God's wisdom, man's wisdom. So when you're foolish and like childlike and innocent, open to everything and receiving everything, they talk about being the art of alignment, right? And the art of assumption. So you assume that you've already gotten it and you get it. And in the art of alignment, you put yourself in alignment to receive everything and open to everything but attached to nothing. You don't want to have attachments, because attachments, you have kind of a preconceived notion about what these things are. And if you don't get it, then you're sad. So you just keep your mind open to receiving anything. And then you don't limit yourself to receiving certain things. You open yourself to receiving anything and everything. And sometimes you don't settle for small things. When you dream big. If you're going to ask for something big. And of course, if you're on a plane and it's crashing, you take the air things away from the kids and the passengers. You put on yourself, because you have to navigate your own ship so you can land it. You don't give everything away to where you have nothing. Sometimes you hang on to a little bit, at least. You kind of watch out for what you got to do, and you plan accordingly. I mean, shit, even a spider can plan and makes a web and anticipates getting a fly. So, anyway, there's that, and so all things are possible, and you just believe it. And, they put too much emphasis on the law of attraction on money and stuff. They don't put enough emphasis on compassion and helping other people, and they don't put enough emphasis on miracles and everything else like that. There's so much more to it than just money. Money's nice, but trust me, there's far more to life than just money. It's not evil. It's just sometimes if you put too much focus on money, you'll get it, but it might be taken away from you right away. So anyway, that's all I got to say. Over and out.